Welcome, everyone. Today, I want you to pause whatever you're doing, close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this simple question. Are you actually building the life you want, or just passing time until something better happens? Everyone wants financial freedom. They want meaningful work that doesn't feel like work. They want time with people they love, health that lasts decades, respect that's earned, not demanded, inner peace that nothing can shake. A life story worth telling, the power to wake up excited every single day. But my question is this: what are you doing today to create that life? What are you doing right now to stop wasting the only life you'll ever get? Are you still scrolling endlessly through other people's lives? Are you still making excuses for why you can't start? Still waiting for the perfect moment? Still hoping someone will save you from the life you created? Still believing that tomorrow will magically be different? Listen to me carefully. This life is real. This world is real. But your time is limited. You don't get a second life. You don't get to try again. This is it. This is your one shot, right now, today, this moment. I'm not here to inspire you with empty promises. I'm here to hold up a mirror so you can face reality, so you can break free from the trance you didn't even realize you were under. Lesson 1. Stop living on autopilot. Let me tell you the hardest truth you'll hear today. Most people are not living, they're just existing on autopilot. They wake up, check their phone, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, sleep, repeat. Day after day, year after year, until one day they're 65 and asking, where did my life go? And here's what's really happening. Every day you live on autopilot is a day you can never get back. Every moment you spend unconscious is a moment stolen from the life you could be building. Think about yesterday. Can you remember 3 specific moments where you were fully present? Most people can't. That's not living, that's sleepwalking through existence. Solution: right now, decide to wake up. Set 3 alarms on your phone with the message, "Am I present?" Start noticing when you're on autopilot. The moment you catch yourself, stop. Take a deep breath. Choose your next action consciously. Your life begins the moment you stop sleepwalking. Lesson 2. Nobody will save you, but that's actually good news. Here's a truth that will either terrify you or set you free. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not some perfect opportunity. And honestly, that's the best news you'll hear all day. I know it sounds harsh, but think about it this way. If someone else could fix your life, that would mean someone else controls your life. That would make you powerless. But since you're the only one who can change your situation, that makes you the most powerful person in your world. Most people spend years waiting for someone to discover their talent, give them permission, hand them opportunities, fix their problems. My friend Lisa did this for 8 years. She had a business idea, but kept waiting for investors to approach her. One day, she realized she was basically asking strangers to believe in her dream more than she did. Solution: stop waiting for external validation and start validating yourself through small actions. Stop asking, "Who will help me?" and start asking, "What can I do right now with what I have?" Your rescue mission begins when you become your own hero. Lesson 3. Stop complaining, start building. I want you to listen to yourself talk for one full day. Count how many times you complain versus how many times you talk about solutions. I guarantee you'll be shocked. Most people have become professional complainers and amateur builders. And here's the brutal reality. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could spend building. Every breath you waste on problems is a breath you could use on solutions. Complaining is not just useless, it's destructive. It trains your brain to focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. Think about the most successful person you know personally. Do they complain constantly? No. They see problems as puzzles to solve, not prisons to cry about. Solution: for the next 7 days, Catch yourself every time you start to complain. Instead, ask, what can I do about this? If you can do something, do it. If you can't, let it go. Replace complaint words with construction words. Replace "this sucks" with "how can I improve this?" Your life will change in 1 week. Lesson 4. The time paradox nobody talks about. Here's something weird I noticed. The people who claim they have no time are often the same people who can tell you exactly what happened in the latest Netflix series. They know every detail about celebrity drama, but can't remember the last time they worked on their goals. Look, I get it. Sometimes life genuinely throws curveballs. Sick kids, financial emergencies, family crisis. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the ordinary Tuesday when you spent 2 hours scrolling Instagram and then said you didn't have time to call that potential client. My neighbor Tom always complained about having no time to exercise. Then his doctor told him he had diabetes. Suddenly, he found 30 minutes every morning to walk. Same schedule, same job, same family. The only thing that changed was what he decided was non-negotiable. Solution. For 1 week, track your time like you track your spending. You'll discover pockets of time you forgot existed. Then protect your priorities like emergencies, because your future is an emergency. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She worked 60 hours a week, had 2 kids, but still managed to build a side business that replaced her income in 18 months. How? She woke up at 5 a.m. every day and worked on her dream for 2 hours before anyone else woke up. She found time because she decided her future was more important than her comfort. Solution. Track your time for 3 days. Write down everything you do in 15-minute blocks. You'll discover you have at least 2 to 3 hours of dead time every day. Kill the time wasters. Use that time to build your future. Time is not your enemy. Your choices are. Lesson 5. Action cures. Fear. Fear is not your enemy. Inaction is. Fear is actually a compass pointing you toward what you need to do. The things you're most afraid of are usually the things that will change your life the most. But here's what most people do. They feel fear and they stop. They let fear make the decision for them. And here's what's really happening when you don't act because of fear. You're not avoiding pain. You're choosing a different kind of pain. The pain of regret. The pain of wondering what if. The pain of staying stuck while life passes you by. Imagine a guy who wants to start his own business, but he's afraid of failure. So he stays at his job for 40 years, safe and scared. On his deathbed, what do you think he regrets more? The business that failed or the business he never started? Solution. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Make a list of 3 things you're afraid to do that would change your life. Pick the smallest one and do it today. Fear is just a feeling. It can't actually hurt you, but regret will torture you forever. Use fear as fuel, not as an excuse. Lesson 6. Take total responsibility for your life. This is where boys become men and girls become women. The moment you take 100% responsibility for everything in your life, your success, your failures, your happiness, your pain, your future, your past, that's the moment you become powerful. But here's what most people do. They take credit when things go right and blame everyone else when things go wrong. I got promoted because I'm talented, but I'm broke because the economy is bad. This is the thinking of a child, not a creator. And here's the truth that will set you free. If it's your fault, you can fix it. If it's someone else's fault, you're powerless. When you blame the government, your parents, your boss, the economy, bad luck, you're saying, I'm a victim and I can't change anything. That's not just false. It's the most dangerous lie you can believe. Solution. From this moment forward, stop blaming anyone for anything in your life. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, your happiness, all of it is your responsibility. Start every explanation with, I chose, instead of, they did. I chose to stay in this job. I chose to eat this food. I chose this reaction. Responsibility is not a burden. It's a superpower. Lesson 7. Building your personal operating system. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do things you hate. That's just willpower in disguise, and willpower runs out. Real discipline is about designing a life where the right choices become automatic. It's about building what I call your personal operating system. Think about it. You don't use willpower to brush your teeth or check your phone. You just do it. Those actions are part of your operating system. The goal is to make beneficial behaviors just as automatic as checking Instagram. My friend James used to struggle with consistency until he realized he was fighting his environment instead of designing it. Instead of relying on motivation to eat healthy, he stopped buying junk food. Instead of forcing himself to exercise, he put his workout clothes next to his bed. He made the right choice, the easy choice. But here's the thing. This approach works differently for everyone. Some people thrive with strict routines, others need flexibility. Some need accountability partners, others work better alone. The key is experimenting to find your personal formula, not copying someone else's system. Solution: stop trying to force yourself into someone else's discipline framework. Pay attention to when you naturally have the most energy, focus, and motivation. Build your important habits around those windows. Design your environment to support your goals instead of fighting against them. Lesson 8. Discipline is your freedom. Here's a paradox that will blow your mind. The more disciplined you are, the more free you become. The more you control yourself, the more you control your life. The more structure you create, the more space you have for spontaneity. Most people think discipline is prison, but it's actually liberation. When you're disciplined with your money, you have financial freedom. When you're disciplined with your health, you have physical freedom. When you're disciplined with your time, you have schedule freedom. But here's what undisciplined people don't understand. They think they're free because they can do whatever they want in the moment. But they're actually slaves. Slaves to their impulses, slaves to their emotions, slaves to their circumstances. They can't do what they want with their life because they always do what they want in the moment. Solution: reframe discipline in your mind. Instead of, I have to do this, think, I get to build my future. Instead of, this is hard, think, this is making me stronger. Instead of, I'm restricting myself, think, I'm creating freedom. Discipline is not what you give up, it's what you gain. Now that you've built this internal strength, are you ready to face the world that tried to shrink you? Are you ready to break free from the invisible chains that others put on your dreams? Because the real battle isn't with yourself anymore. It's with a world that profits from your smallness. Lesson 9. Don't wait for permission. Start your journey. Nobody gave Walt Disney permission to create Disneyland. Nobody gave Oprah permission to become a media mogul. Nobody gave Elon Musk permission to build electric cars or shoot rockets into space. They didn't wait for permission. They started, and then the world caught up. But here's what most people do. They wait for someone to tell them it's okay to pursue their dreams. They wait for approval from their parents, their friends, their boss, society. They wait for someone to validate their ideas, to encourage their vision, to guarantee their success. And while they wait for permission, other people with less talent, less education, less experience are out there building the life these people only dream about. Because they understood something crucial. Permission is not something you receive, it's something you give yourself. Solution: stop asking for permission to live your life. Stop seeking approval for your dreams. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Give yourself permission today to start that business, write that book, make that change, pursue that goal. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, but only if you start offering it. Lesson 10. The world doesn't owe you comfort, but it will reward your value. This might hurt, but you need to hear it. The world doesn't owe you success, happiness, or opportunities. But here's the twist nobody talks about. The world is actually desperate to reward anyone who brings real value. The problem isn't that opportunities don't exist. The problem is that most people are waiting to be chosen instead of making themselves impossible to ignore. Your parents don't owe you support forever, but they'll celebrate you when you support yourself. Your boss doesn't owe you a promotion, but they'll fight to keep you when you become irreplaceable. The market doesn't owe you customers, but it will throw money at you when you solve real problems. The world isn't withholding success from you, you're withholding value from the world. Stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" Stop demanding opportunities and start creating them. Solution: stop expecting the world to give you what you want and start creating what you need. Stop waiting for opportunities and start making them. Stop complaining about what you don't have and start building with what you do have. Take initiative in every area of your life. Be the person who makes things happen, not the person waiting for things to happen. Lesson 11. Be the hero of your own story. In every great story, there's a hero who faces challenges, overcomes obstacles, and transforms into something greater. In your life story, you are supposed to be that hero. But most people have cast themselves as the victim, the sidekick, or the person waiting to be rescued. Look at your life right now. Are you the hero making things happen, or are you the victim waiting for things to happen to you? Are you the main character driving the plot forward, or are you a background character in someone else's story? Heroes don't wait for perfect conditions. Heroes don't blame others for their problems. Heroes don't make excuses. Heroes see obstacles as adventures, setbacks as plot twists, and failures as training for their ultimate victory. Solution: rewrite your story starting today. Stop talking about yourself as a victim of circumstances and start talking about yourself as the creator of your destiny. Stop saying, "This happened to me," and start saying, "I'm making this happen." Face your challenges like a hero would. Take risks like a hero would. Persist like a hero would. Your story is being written right now. Make it epic. Lesson 12. Fear points the way forward. Here's a secret that successful people know, but most people don't. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a GPS pointing you toward your destination. The things you're most afraid of are usually the things you most need to do. Are you afraid of public speaking? That probably means you need to learn to communicate better. Are you afraid of starting a business? That probably means entrepreneurship is your path to freedom. Are you afraid of being vulnerable in relationships? That probably means deep connection is what your soul craves. But most people run away from fear. They avoid anything that makes them uncomfortable. They choose the safe path, the easy road, the comfortable option. And then they wonder why their life feels small, why their dreams feel distant, why their potential feels wasted. Solution: use fear as your compass. Make a list of your biggest fears related to your goals and dreams. These are not things to avoid. These are your assignments. Start with the smallest fear and work your way up. Every time you do something that scares you, you expand your comfort zone and grow stronger. Fear is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Lesson 13. Take small actions every single day. Here's a truth that will change everything. You don't need to make massive changes to create a massive transformation. You just need to make small changes consistently. 1% better every day compounds into extraordinary results over time. But most people think in extremes. They want to change their entire life overnight. They want to lose 50 pounds in a month, make $1 million in a year, find perfect love in a week. And when they can't achieve these impossible goals immediately, they give up completely. Let me tell you about my friend Marcus. He wanted to get in shape, but couldn't commit to 2-hour gym sessions. So he started with 10 push-ups every morning. Just 10. After a month, he added 10 sit-ups. After another month, he added a 10-minute walk. 2 years later, he had completely transformed his body and his confidence. All because he started with 10 push-ups. Solution: pick one small action you can take every day toward your biggest goal. So small that you can't make an excuse not to do it. Write one paragraph of your book. Do one set of exercises. Make one business call. Learn one new word in a foreign language. Do it every single day for 30 days and watch magic happen. Lesson 14. The reverse psychology of success. Here's something counterintuitive I discovered. The people who become overnight successes are usually the ones who weren't trying to become successful at all. They were just trying to solve a problem they cared about, learn something that fascinated them, or help people they genuinely wanted to help. My cousin Sarah spent 3 years trying to become a successful blogger. She studied SEO, analyzed viral posts, followed every growth hack. Nothing worked. Then her mom got sick, and Sarah started writing about caregiving, not for an audience, but just to process her emotions. Within 6 months, she had thousands of followers and book deals knocking on her door. The paradox? When you chase success directly, it runs away. When you chase excellence, contribution, or genuine curiosity, success often chases you back. When you stop asking, "How can I get famous?" and start asking, "How can I be useful?" everything changes. Solution. Instead of asking, "How can I succeed?" ask, "How can I serve?" Instead of, "How can I get noticed?" ask, "How can I help?" Find a problem you actually care about solving, not just one that seems profitable. Success is often a byproduct, not a target. Lesson 15. Discomfort is growth. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. Growth lives on the other side of comfort, and the only way to get there is to embrace discomfort as your friend, not your enemy. But our society has trained us to avoid discomfort at all costs. We want air conditioning when it's hot, heating when it's cold, fast food when we're hungry, entertainment when we're bored. We've become addicted to comfort and allergic to challenge. Here's what you need to understand. Every extraordinary person you admire became extraordinary by doing things that were uncomfortable. They had difficult conversations. They took scary risks. They pushed their bodies beyond their limits. They learned skills that challenged them. They chose growth over comfort every single time. Solution: seek out discomfort intentionally. Take cold showers. Have difficult conversations. Try new things that challenge you. Exercise beyond your current limits. Learn skills that push your brain. Say yes to opportunities that scare you. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you become a stronger version of yourself. Lesson 16. Everything changes when your mindset changes. Your life is a reflection of your mindset. Change your mindset, and you change your life. It's that simple and that profound. The difference between people who succeed and people who struggle is not talent, luck, or circumstances. It's how they think. Successful people have an abundance mindset. They believe there are unlimited opportunities. Unsuccessful people have a scarcity mindset. They believe opportunities are limited. Successful people have a growth mindset. They believe they can improve. Unsuccessful people have a fixed mindset. They believe they are what they are. But here's the incredible news. You can change your mindset at any moment. You're not stuck with the thinking patterns you developed in childhood. You're not a victim of your past programming. You can literally rewire your brain by choosing different thoughts. Solution: start monitoring your thoughts like a security guard. Notice when you think limiting thoughts like, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "this is impossible." Replace them immediately with empowering thoughts like, "I'm learning," "I'm growing," or "I'll find a way." Your new life begins the moment you start thinking new thoughts. Lesson 17. Pain is your greatest teacher. I need you to understand something that might change everything. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every painful experience in your life has been trying to teach you something important. The question is, are you learning the lesson, or are you just suffering? Most people try to avoid pain at all costs. They run from difficult emotions, difficult situations, difficult truths. But here's what they don't realize. The pain you avoid today becomes the suffering you carry tomorrow. The pain you embrace today becomes the wisdom you use forever. Think about the most painful experience in your life. What did it teach you? How did it make you stronger? How did it show you what you're capable of surviving? That pain wasn't punishment. It was preparation for who you needed to become. Solution: stop running from pain and start learning from it. When something hurts, ask, what is this trying to teach me? When you fail, ask, how is this making me stronger? When you struggle, ask, what skill am I developing? Transform your pain into power by extracting the lesson from every experience. Lesson 18. You must act alone, but you don't have to stay alone. Here's a paradox you need to accept. You cannot rely on anyone else to change your life, but you cannot build a great life completely alone. You must have the courage to act independently, but the wisdom to build a supportive community. Most people get this backwards. They either try to do everything alone and burn out, or they wait for others to do everything for them and never start. The truth is more nuanced. You must take personal responsibility for your success, but you must also surround yourself with people who support your growth. You can't delegate your discipline, your decisions, or your dreams to anyone else. Those are yours to own, but you can find mentors to guide you, partners to support you, and communities to encourage you. Solution: take full ownership of your actions and results, but actively build relationships with people who inspire you to be better. Find mentors who've achieved what you want. Join communities of people pursuing similar goals. Ask for help with execution, but never outsource the decision to change your life. Lesson 19. Progress beats perfection every time. Perfectionism is not a virtue, it's a prison. It's the voice that tells you not to start until you can do it perfectly. It's the force that keeps you planning instead of doing, thinking instead of acting, preparing instead of progressing. But here's what perfectionists don't understand. Perfection is the enemy of progress. While you're waiting to do something perfectly, someone else is doing it imperfectly and getting better through practice. While you're planning the perfect strategy, someone else is implementing an imperfect strategy and adjusting as they go. The most successful people in the world are not perfectionists, they're iterators. They start before they're ready, improve as they go, and perfect through practice, not through planning. Solution: replace I need to do this perfectly with I need to do this progressively. Start with good enough and make it better over time. Launch before you're ready. Ship before it's perfect. Act before you have all the answers. Progress is more valuable than perfection because progress is real and perfection is imaginary. Lesson 20. Don't let your talents die with you. This is the final lesson, and it might be the most important one. You have unique talents, gifts, and perspectives that the world needs. But if you don't develop them, share them, and use them, they will die with you. And that would be a tragedy not just for you, but for everyone who could have been helped by what you had to offer. Most people take their talents to the grave. They spend their whole lives playing small, hiding their gifts, avoiding their calling because they're afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of responsibility that comes with success. But here's what I need you to understand. Your talents are not just for you. They're for the world. The business idea in your head could create jobs. The book in your heart could change lives. The solution you see could solve problems. The art you could create could inspire millions. Solution: stop hiding your talents and start sharing them. Stop playing small and start playing full out. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating with this moment. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. Don't make them wait forever. Don't let your gifts die unused. Use them, share them, multiply them. Make your talents immortal by making them valuable to others. Maybe you're watching this right now and deep inside you're struggling. Maybe you feel like you've wasted too much time already. Maybe you think it's too late to change, too late to start, too late to become who you're supposed to be. Let me say this to you as your big brother, as someone who's been where you are. It's not too late. You're not too old. You haven't missed your chance. I know people who started over at 45, 55, even 65. I know a woman who got her degree at 72 and then started a consulting business. I know a man who learned to paint at 60 and now sells his art online. You're not broken. You're just at a different starting point than you planned. You're not lost. You're just taking a longer route than you expected. You're not weak. You're just tired from carrying other people's expectations of who you should be. Here's what I really believe about you. You have something valuable to offer this world. Maybe it's not what you thought it would be when you were 22. Maybe it doesn't look like what your parents wanted. Maybe it's messier than you planned. But it's yours. And when you finally stop apologizing for who you are and start building on who you're becoming, something beautiful happens. Not lightning or thunder or storms, just you showing up as yourself, doing work that matters to you. That's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. Don't waste another day waiting for permission to be yourself. Start today. Start messy. Start imperfect. Just start. Thanks for being here with me. Start building now, not later. Catch you in the next one. Keep rising.